Hey, welcome my back porch friends. Welcome under the lights. One of my favorite places to be. We are on the 5th night, I believe it is, of the 40 days of Christ. What happened after the resurrection? I can tell you we are coming to the end of this study here. As I've said in the very first video, I've not taught every appearance that Christ made. I did teach the appearances that stood out to me the most. So I encourage you to go back and study the 40 days of Christ. But at the end of the 40 days, I'm going to come, this will come from Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. We'll actually go into Acts also, but tonight I want to bring it to you guys from Luke chapter 24, verses 50 through 53. After 40 days later, Jesus met with them and he said, hey, I need you to go into the world and I need you to preach the gospel to every creature. Hey, there's no limits. We serve a limitless God. He wants everyone to hear the gospel. Every nation, every person, every gender, everyone to hear the gospel of Christ there. It takes every one of us, because we are unique in our roles, unique in our giftings, unique in our callings. That's how He has designed us to go reach. It said to preach the gospel to every creature. It takes every one of us working together. It says, all authority has been given to me in heaven and earth. Go make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I need you to observe all things, Christ said. And he also gave them these wonderful words that you and I so love. I will be with you always. That is so comforting to know that whatever season we are in, whatever valley that we're in, whatever we're going through, not even in the good times, but the hard times, the difficult times, the uncertainties, where we are right now in this crisis. It says, I will be with you always. We can rest assured and hold on to God's promise. The God of the 40 days said, I will be with you also. And the God of today, the same today, tomorrow, and forever. I will be with you always. After he spoke these words, then he led the disciples out. It says he led them out as far as Bethany. He began to lift his hands up. How awesome would this be? Not only did he lift his hands up, the Bible tells us that he blessed them. Wow. He blessed them. And while blessing them, he parted from them. And he ascended. He ascended into the heavens. And he sat on the right hand of the Father. He sat on the right hand of God. As he ascended, they began to worship him. And I imagine as they were finished, they began to realize what Christ had given them. The authority that Christ had given them. He said, all authority had been given to me in heaven and in earth. And he passed this on. And he passed this on for you and I to be able to go out and make disciples and teach to every creature that there is. And after they worshiped him, it says they began to leave. And they went back to Jerusalem. Jerusalem is so important. Jerusalem is important to you and I because it is a resemblance of our home, our first loves, as are always our Jerusalem. So they went back to their Jerusalem. They went back to Jerusalem there. So tonight we'll conclude the video series of the 40 days with Christ. I encourage you to go back and study and go back and read some more of these. Hey, get in your quiet spot and let God speak to you. Let the Holy Spirit lead you and guide you as you begin to study the Gospels. You can find the Christ of 40 days in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Okay? But now my question is, they went back to Jerusalem. The Christ of 40 days has ascended. He's sitting on the right hand side of his Father. Now what happens after the ascension? We finished the Christ of 40 days. But now we have to find out what happens after the ascension. I'm not going to leave you. There's more. And I want you to get into your word and I want you to study it. And I'm going to see you guys in a couple of more nights when they've been waiting. We're going to find out what happened after Christ ascended and what happened when they went back to Jerusalem. Hey, I hope you've enjoyed this series. Connect with us on our page, Revive Women's Conference. Share these videos if you like them. If you want to catch up with all of them, we do have a YouTube channel. You can get on our YouTube channel also and see all the series there also and just kind of rewatch them over. Hey, always praying for you and looking forward to seeing you another night. Hey, have a great evening.